pseudo-rhyming. Guys.
Welcome to the show. Hey, everybody.
What? Did we just jump forward 2 weeks in time?
No.
Oh.
People aren't listening to it 2 weeks ago. Listening to it this week.
I guess. I mean, if they listen to 2 weeks ago back to back with this one.
True.
It'll seem like it's 2
But
weeks.
then we're in the past.
Yeah, that'll be kind of cool.
I don't like that.
Guys, past guys.
Guys, watch out.
Ronald McDonald, he's a monster. Stop him.
Stop
him before it's too late.
We all knew it. It was only a matter of time.
Only El Rey Mysterio can stop him. Find him.
El Rey Mysterio Jr. Guys, I'm Tom C.
I'm D Marks, and we're
Modern-day
back
warrior.
for another week of podcasting.
What a treat it is to be back after that long Memorial Day holiday.
Tom, what'd you do on your long Memorial Day break?
Do you want the real story?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to know my whole weeks?
I mean, I think the fans just want to know about the long weekend. I don't think they really care about the day-to-day.
Okay, well, I'm going to eventually tell the story of all of my days.
Okay. That's your memoirs that you're
Memorial
writing.
Day, all I did was eat. Period.
I was there. I saw that.
Ate food. Didn't stop.
I also ate, and that was pretty great.
Didn't even stop to blink. I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford the resources.
Dude, that was always secretly
Eat.
the coolest thing.
What?
It's don't. Oh no, it's
No, it's
don't give
Eagle
them
in
time-
Advance Wars saying don't even give him time to regret.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that was awesome. What did you do?
I also ate.
Great.
I went on a date.
Really?
Yeah.
With
And
Date
also-
Masamune?
And also, I met a man named Nate.
No, I don't think I believe any of it.
Okay, well, that's fair.
I'm not even sure
Most
you
of
ate.
that is...
I'm not even sure you ate.
It has a semblance of truth.
Okay, great.
It's things I'm sure happened to other people.
Yo, but for real, though.
For
Guys,
real.
let's jump right into what we're going to talk about.
Kersplash.
Which, I know what you're all expecting. Sons, what do you feel about that Xbox One? Here's how I feel. It's a second segment thing. Because it's Sons time now, guys.
Really? I thought we said this would be a first segment.
Second half of the show.
Okay.
Put that over there. Guys, we're not the Xbox One. If you wanted news, you would have looked at it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we're not news guys.
No.
Boy, I don't know where
No.
you got that idea.
It's not a news show.
Oh.
So let me tell you about how the
What a
week...
treat.
2 weeks ago, right? Dateline 2 weeks ago. Right?
Yeah, imagine 1990s crime thriller font on
Well,
your...
we're only in the 2 weeks ago for a second.
Yeah, okay.
My friend Baz gives me a show called Attack on Titan, and it's awesome. But it puts me in a huge mood to play Dark Souls for some reason.
No, okay. I'm going to jump in on you. You know what it really, really should make you in the mood to do? Play effing Shadow of the Colossus.
You'd think so, but
I don't know how it doesn't.
Because-
it doesn't make sense that it doesn't.
because Attack on Titan's a super fast-moving show. And, like, Shadow of the Colossus, you're, like, riding a horse for 25 minutes straight.
Yeah, but guys, for those of you who don't
There's
know...
no peace in Attack on Titan.
For those of you who don't know, Attack on Titan is an anime that Tom started to watch, and I
It's
watched
really
an
good,
episode.
guys. It's the next big thing. It really is.
Oh, actually, we talked about it on the Chex Quest thing, but
Yeah.
for those of you who didn't see that, it's an anime about these people.
I haven't watched an anime in years.
They lived in a walled cities
But this
to
one's
protect
really good.
themselves from titans, which are basically giant zombies, more or less.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be explained, but when you first see them,
That's
that's what they look like, or at least act like.
Yeah,
But anyway, the show's super duper great. But it made
that's
me...
the bare bones of it.
Yeah, so they're fighting off...
It's a lot like Mad Men, I've heard.
It's a lot like Mad Men. It's got John Hamm in it.
Really?
No.
I didn't know he
doesn't
was
have
on the
John Hamm.
dub.
He doesn't have on the dub. No, he's on the original Japanese recording.
I did not know he spoke Japanese fluently.
He speaks every language. You should need to learn about John Hamm, clearly.
I know a little bit.
I know a little bit more, I guess. So anyway, guys, this put me in the mood to play Dark Souls because for some reason that kind of dark atmosphere mixed with monster slaying really put me in the mood. So I played a bunch of it and I beat it for the first time ever.
Yeah, I thought you had beat it before, but apparently you hadn't.
I beat Demon Souls. This is the first time I beat Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. And
So
Tom, tell me about your experience with Dark Souls.
here's the deal, guys. I'm
Tell
gonna
me all about
give
it.
you your review right on time 2 years later, after it came out. Guys, I kind of feel like if we're gonna
Front page news.
if we're ever gonna review games, I kind of feel like it has to be a game we've beaten. You know,
No, I think that's 100% fair.
it's not necessarily true, but it's something that I feel more comfortable doing. So here's the deal about Dark Souls, guys. Dark Souls is an excellent game, but there's a lot of problems there because everything's great. You got great combat, you got great lore and atmosphere and feeling, and everything's cool, except the game really goes downhill in the second half. Because here's the deal.
What would you divide? What's like the dividing point?
Okay, so in the game, there's only maybe... See, first of all, also, if you're a really big fan of Dark Souls and you know everything about it, don't write in. Don't write into me. So, here's...
Don't want to hear it.
There's a part where you beat Anor Londo, and you fight arguably the hardest bosses, Ornstein and Smaug.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, those are probably pretty unanimously one of the hardest bosses. And it's probably because they're protecting you from the terrible second half of the game. Which,
they have to work really hard.
It's kind of a meta thing. They want you to know that you shouldn't progress further there. And for a long time, it worked. But I finally beat them.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
How far did you get, the first time you played it?
First time I played it...
You said you never beat it before.
I had just progressed past the part of that boss fight that I just spoke of.
Okay.
And I was at the first Lord Soul fight, which... Here's how the game works, all right? Game starts, you have to ring 2 bells. Bam, you ring 2 bells. Go to Anor Londo. You got to beat those dudes, which is the dudes I'm saying. Then you go collect 4 Lord Souls, then you're done. After you beat the final boss. Yeah. So, essentially, once you're done with Anor Londo, that's the second half. Okay?
Okay.
And so, yeah. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but... Because the first half of the game, you're living your life, and you're like, okay, the game's playing by its own rules, the combat's fun, the enemies are challenging, but they're just as weak as me, and just as killable as me. You know?
Right.
It's like a grown-up Zelda where you have... Let's say you have 5 hearts and every enemy does 3 hearts of damage. But you have like 6 ways...
That's a lot of hurts.
You have like 6 ways of avoiding damage. That's the thing about Dark Souls. And so that's all well and good and you get it and it's fine. And you're fighting and it's great and it's fun. You got all these ways to being stronger and everything's great. But then the second half they decide to get away from the fun combat and challenging enemies and move towards challenging... difficult level
cheapness.
Kind of not. I don't want to say cheapness, but I kind of want to say cheapness. It's more about level design hampering your ability to fight against enemies who are not necessarily, like the enemies that you want to fight. You could normally fight in a good way, but they put you in these stupid scenarios where it's harder to fight them.
And guys, if you went back and listened to when we talked about this a little bit, you actually early on praised. Dark Souls for its, at least for, I guess, the first half. You actually praised it for its level design.
I still think the level design is cool. I like the way the levels look, but and I don't think I think they did what they meant to do by making these levels challenging in that way, but I don't like that. I think they nailed what they were trying to accomplish. And I know it sounds like I'm a big casual baby, but, you know, I felt like the fun was a challenging combat, not necessarily me falling off a cliff for the 10th time, you know?
Yeah, but falling off the cliff has its own charm.
No, there's no charm in that because it's obviously you're joking.
Yeah. No, there's no realism there.
And so here's the other thing, guys. I read on one of the famous video game forums, video games. Someone was like, okay, this game's good, but here's the flaws. And he listed a bunch, and then I agreed with him when I read it. But he was like, why is it that in the last levels with the hardest bosses, there's no more bonfires? And I was like, what do you mean? You're obviously a casual douchebag. You need to get better, loser.
You need to stop sucking so much.
And then he was like, it doesn't increase the challenge for me to have to go through an entire level again in order to get to a boss fight. The boss fight itself is the hard part. And I said, you know what? It really doesn't. Why isn't there a bonfire close to the boss fight? For some reason, guys, the last 4 stages, New Londo Ruin, Lost Izalith, whatever that other one's called.
Of course.
Tomb of the Giants, and Crystal Cave / Duke's Archives. No, there's no bonfires anywhere near the boss fight. It's like literally a 6-minute walk every single time you lose.
Oh yeah, because I remember watching you before. Because the one area when you were fighting the dragon, Seath the Scaleless,
that part sucks.
Because like every time you died, you had to walk all the way through the archives again.
When you lose,
and through the forest.
When you lose to Seath the Scaleless, which you will because it's really hard, super douchebag.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna lose.
Here's where you have to go. You're in the one bonfire on the far end of the Duke's Archives.
Yeah.
You have to go through a shortcut. There's a shortcut. You go through the shortcut. You jump out of the Duke's Archives. You then run through a field of super hard golems who you could kill easily if they weren't in this field of 10 million of them. So you run through there, and you go through the kiss...
If they weren't in their natural habitat, a field of 10 million of them.
Yeah. So you go to this one level called the Crystal Caves, which is the worst level in the entire game because it now introduces the fun aspect of slippery things, which you're like, oh, cool, now I'm falling off an edge. And it gives you the super duper stupid thing they introduced called invisible paths. You cannot see the paths you have to walk on.
That's fun in its own way.
Because, like, you have to look at where snowflakes are falling to see where you can walk. And you're like, what is this? Like, you learn it after a couple times, but your first few deaths are completely out of your control.
And don't they throw, like, really hard enemies
and they
on
throw
the paths?
they throw those golems you were fighting before, and you could easily kill them. Now they're on these straight, slim paths that are slippery.
Aren't there lunar moths, too?
There's what are they called? Moonlight butterflies.
Yeah.
But they don't fight you. You can fight them if you want to. But anyway, you have to go through that entire level every single time. It's not a super long level, but it's easy to die there.
Yeah.
And what's the point of that? Why couldn't you put a save point right near that? Like, it's not challenging it's just frustrating. It's not challenging.
Now, everyone knows that, like, checkpoints, unkind checkpoints are the worst thing ever. That's like half the reason we stopped playing Mercenaries before. Because I couldn't get back to this one level.
Oh, dude, we had an experience of this in the biggest way 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we're playing...
That was torture.
I can get off the Dark Souls for a little bit. Here's the deal. We're playing Army of Two.
We beat it. We
finally beat it. The third... What's it called? The third day?
The Army of Two, the
3
Devil's
days
Day.
after tomorrow? The Devil's Cartel.
Devil's Day.
The final boss of that game, which is, by the way, hilarious.
Can we talk about this a little bit? Like full on?
Short version Dark Souls is great, and you should all play it. But there's some annoying things, and the last half sucks. Anyway, go on. Last half doesn't suck. It's hard. All right.
Okay, so... those of you who don't know, Tom and I talk about this a little bit, but there's a series of game called Army of Two. It's a really good split-screen co-op. I have compared it in the past, and would still do that. I compare it to a, like, 3D current-gen...
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug, yes.
Which I always find a little bizarre.
But it's but pretend it's not true.
It's not completely true.
It's pretty true.
It's less arcadey.
That's true, but, no. The second one was a lot like it.
Okay, the second one way more.
The third one's a lot different, but the second one was way, way like it, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, although it's cover-based.
Yeah, but regardless, lots of enemies shooting at you. You and your manly man friend are shooting them dudes, and you're building your custom guns.
You're playing hopscotch.
You're busting through, playing jump rope. But no. So we get to the last boss finally. Oh, by the way, guys, we shotgunned 5 hours of it because...
I'm going to do the math real quick. It shouldn't be this hard for me, but I'm an idiot.
Well, wait.
We did 13 episodes. They're 20 minutes each.
13 episodes, 20 minutes. That's a little less than 4 hours. Actually, it's a little more than 4 hours.
Yes, 4.3 hours.
Yeah. So
in a row. Doesn't sound that impressive now that I say it, but the room's really hot.
It was really hot.
It's really hot in here, man.
Well, it's because we were recording for 4.5 hours. It wasn't just us, playing a game for
our recording zone is near a fire pit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
but no,
that, guys.
So we shotgunned it because, guys, we were like, oh, we gotta get near the end of the game now. We gotta be
finally
so close.
done with her.
Yeah. So we finally got to the last boss. We died one time. You goofed up big time. I don't know.
Okay, it was absolutely not only my fault.
I feel like you goofed up big time.
Okay, no, I did exactly what you did the second time, except you weren't shot to death that time.
I feel like...
Okay, here's what it secretly was. Do you want me to really drop a truth bomb on you? You failed to distract the thing that was shooting at us, unlike me, who totally did distract him.
You didn't distract anything. By the time... Okay.
Yeah, it goes down, and then it shoots at people in order to keep you off of it.
Yeah, but I ran up to it right away.
Yeah, I ran up to it that time too, but it was already shooting me because I was doing all the damage too.
Yeah, I bet. Anyway, guys, so this last boss, this stupid Jeep thing, and
here's how it goes: you got a Jeep fight, right? But that is after you fight 4 waves of enemies.
Yeah, really tough enemies who are hard.
Yeah, in a very hard to fight area.
Yeah, not a lot of cover, not a lot of crap.
Yeah.
So you beat your waves of enemies. We got to the last boss. We got to the 2 seconds before beating the Jeep. When we lose, everyone's mad. We're like, oh, well...
Super bummed about it.
Super bummed.
We're all secretly hoping it takes us back to the area of the Jeep that we got to.
Surely it'll be the Jeep fight again.
No, I was hoping for the checkpoint of a Jeep fight.
Yeah.
We're
I wasn't
deep
even
in
giving
the
it
Jeep
that
fight.
much. I was like, if we have to start at the beginning of the Jeep fight again, that'll be fine. Whatever.
No, that was at the least for me. That was that's what
had to happen.
That's what a friendly, sane person would have done.
Then that didn't happen, guys. Then we
start at the beginning of those waves.
Oh God, it was so bad.
What?
Luckily, we only had to do it twice, but
it would have been real hard to convince us to do it 3 times.
Yeah.
That would have been tough.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been fun.
That would not have been good.
So we finally beat it. We killed the last boss.
Do we think it's better than the second one?
Okay, here's my major complaint.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't like
Spoilers. I'm saying no.
I would definitely agree with you for a lot of reasons. Number one, I didn't like the character. I didn't like the PCs as much.
Yeah,
Not
characters
nearly
were
as much.
less likable.
They were less likable. They weren't even. It's not even that they were less likable. They were just less personality.
I agree with that.
Because like in this one, they're just like, yeah, we got to get to the boats. We got to save this girl. And the first one, like, first of all,
they did tell dumb stories and stuff.
Yeah, but like in the
but
first,
just they were less interesting in general.
Like the voice acting was kind of bad.
Voice acting was kind of bland,
dude. But you know what? The guy who I was playing as, Bravo, totally General Oliver from New Vegas.
Nice, dude.
But the like everything was just bland. It felt like it had been like done like a million times death. At least Salem and Rios in the second game, they felt original. Also, they took out rock paper scissors, which
seemed like a huge oversight.
Like,
how do you take rock paper scissors out of the game?
It was the funnest part. Because like,
and two, you could always just play rock paper scissors whenever you want.
The biggest treat was always when one of us was trying to like open up an objective door, but like we weren't in the right position, so we ended up playing rock paper scissors by accident.
It happened
constantly. Was always funny.
I can't believe they took it out. It's like they really wanted to dark it up a bit, which is weird. Here's the deal: in the second one, you're running down a skyscraper that's falling down, which is awesome. It's on fire. The whole city's being destroyed. And you're like, this is rad. And the third one, you're like, we got to save these Mexican prostitutes.
We got to. That's pretty much.
Who cares?
That was a part.
There's drug dealers. Let's stop them. What?
Now, there was no stake in a lot of it. I felt.
No stake. There's also no comedy.
I really did not like what they did with Salem, like at all.
No, it was like I don't like it either. I feel like there could have been a secret double twist, which would have made everything okay.
I know.
They didn't do it.
I know. Because, guys, for those of you who don't know, Salem was the guy I played as when we played 2.
This is going to be a super spoiler alert.
No, I'm not going to go into it at all.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I don't like what they did with Salem in this game. Because you don't play as the guys from 2, which I really thought was a bad...
It wasn't really necessary.
No, it really wasn't.
You might be thinking, oh, you kind of have like a Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 2 moment where you're looking up to your idols. Maybe. You kind of have that.
Yeah, but the relationship between your guys and...
Your dudes are implied to have really, really looked up to these dudes.
But yeah, it's implied, but it's never really... It's never really gone into like much at all. Because like with the case of Snake and Raiden... Like, Raiden hears all these stories about Snake and how he's like the best spy, assassin, cool guy in the whole wide world. Everybody's impressed. He like wants to, and that's a goal he wants to build up to. This one, like, you're just two faceless guys of this mercenary operation who, like, as far as I'm concerned, never really had much...
I'm not even sure they are mercenaries anymore. Because, like, towards the end of the game, they're like, the police are coming or something. And, like, they're like following the law and stuff, and, like, we got to do this, that stuff. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What is your mission?
I feel like they're still mercenaries, but that's neither here nor there. What is neither here nor there is the fact that just wasn't it. The whole game just wasn't as likable.
No, it went for a more hardcore audience, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it still was fun. It still was a fun co-op experience. It was fun.
Yeah. No, as far as split screen co-op goes, it's still like one of the best out there.
Yeah. It's I don't know if it's one of the best. I think 2's. I think if you're going to play 1, play 2.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely play 2.
I mean...
Also, they didn't have moral choice systems, which I thought was
I know,
weird.
and those were always cool because they had a cool cutscene. You got to see their whole lives.
Yeah.
I don't know why they took things out. Guys, if you're making a sequel to a game, don't take anything out. Put stuff in. Take out, put in.
Yeah, they didn't really add anything new. It felt like it could have been like an expansion or a DLC.
They took... there's significantly less weapon things.
There's less armory, period, because you can't go to it whenever you feel like it.
Because you can go whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, you sure could.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, in 2, also, you found things
that was cool.
Upgrade your guns with, which I liked a lot. This game, you just kind of unlock them in like a stupid system. I think it was a combination of both in the last game.
Yeah.
It almost feels like 2 should be the sequel to this one.
Yeah, 2 was definitely a lot more expensive.
It feels like it's 1, 3, 2.
Yeah, one was bad, though.
We played 1 for about an instant, and then that was it. And we're never going to play it again.
No, I would almost play 2 again. I would seriously consider doing a Let's Play that, because I really kind of want to play it again, because it was a lot of fun.
We have to show the audience what actually is good about the series. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that until significantly later.
That's true. Now, because also they changed the way the aggro and stuff worked, and I didn't.
Yeah, and they made it significantly less obvious, and they also made less opportunities for flanking.
Yeah,
like in 2, you would always have a chance to sneak up on somebody.
No, guys, the way it worked in 2 for us was Tom was professional kill guy. He was the guy who actually killed dudes. I was running out into the thick of everything, spraying machine gun bullets everywhere, and hoping I didn't get shot to death.
Yeah, I was doing like precision shots and like silent shots just to try and keep people dead instead of, whatever.
And I was trying to keep people from deading him.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
We had a team dynamic. In this game, you're just both shooting the guys.
Yeah, it's
You're like,
shoot.
we're walking through a kitchen in a Mexican place. And then whatever, you just shoot the guys. The other games, you're like, we're sneaking around the balcony. We're going to rock these dudes.
Dun, 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 dun,
You're on
dun.
the right side of that thing. I'm on the left side. Let's figure this out.
I'm barreling down the center.
Like, there was some forced-in moments where you're separated for no good reason.
Yeah, but I had those in 2, too.
I know, but that's like the only thing they had in this one was those forced moments.
Yeah,
Like in 2, there'd be moments when you could potentially do whatever you felt like. This game, the only time you had for that teamwork was forced times.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I give it a 100 out of 10.
That's pretty good. That's the lowest rating we give.
That's the lowest one we give. Sorry, guys.
Guys,
Better luck next time.
we're coming after the break, breaking down the new Xbox.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Can't say that.
Guys, welcome back from the break, everybody.
There you go, guys.
Guys, it's a treat to have you here in the studio, live audience.
It's a treat to have
Whoa.
you in your ears somehow.
Gross, right?
It's a little
Clean
gross.
that out. Clean the ears. Kids, you got to clean those ears.
Gotta keep your meat ice cold. All right, guys. We teased it.
Oh,
We've been teasing you
we've
all
been
episode.
teasing and praising you all day.
You really can't say that.
Guys, what is up with that Xbox One?
First
question?
First off,
How terrible is that name?
I was going to say, I don't like that name at all.
Okay, I would like to implore you, D. Marks, why would they have called it that?
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
I guess they're implying it's the one unit you need for your whole thing.
Yeah, but okay.
Yep. What a good call. Right?
Yeah, it's all bad.
Hey,
okay.
D. Marks, are you going to buy this thing?
What?
See?
What are you talking about?
That's the short version, guys.
Okay,
No
well,
one's going to buy
it's-
this.
It's not.
Well, everyone's going to buy it, but I'm not.
And it's not because I'll be honest. It's mostly because I prefer the PlayStation to the Xbox.
Yeah, PlayStation's going to get a lot of fans this generation, and it's not going to be because of anything PlayStation did.
Because here's the deal, guys. For those of you who don't know, Microsoft is trying to get a little too big for its britches with this Xbox One deal.
Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people comment about this, and they're totally right.
If you say they're getting too big for the britches, I'm going to kick you.
It was
I'm
getting a
gonna kick you in the
little
shits.
too big for the britches.
It would have been a lot funny if you said bitches there.
Nope, no cursing on the show.
That's not true.
Guys, the thing is, this happened with, I think it happened with Sony last generation. Thing is, they're kind of acting, they're totally, like, believing that they cannot be beaten. Like, because last time it was Sony, PS2 was the top dog, no question about it.
Yeah.
And they figure, we got them locked in. They're coming back for Sony next year, next generation.
Coming back for new Sony.
All the people who bought Sony PS2s are going to buy these PS3s. Obviously, it's no question. Those guys have to work up for this. That's kind of where the Xbox is now. The 360's like, everyone has 360, they're going to keep buying it. Doesn't matter where it is, they're going to buy it. So they're doing this thing where they kind of think that they're not a video game console anymore.
Yeah.
Which is the wrong direction.
Tom, tell me what I'm getting if I'm dropping the $500.
I don't know how much it is.
I think it's $500. Something
Here's
around
what
there.
you're getting. You know that Kinect you loved?
Yeah, of course.
You need it, and you're going to need a new one. First of all, you need to get that specific one. Okay, then you get the thing. That's what you get.
But like what kind of like it's an all-in-one
You probably get a
thing.
power cord.
No, but it's an all-in-one thing.
Actually,
What
I don't
is
know.
it-
They might charge you for the power
What
cord.
is it all-in-oneing?
So here's the deal, guys. The short version is you
You're
plug
a lot of short versions.
I've been
today.
saying short version a lot. I'm almost doing this thing that I got from Merlin Mann where you say B and then A, which it's hard to explain, but he always does it, and it's really funny to me. He'll say like this. All right, whatever. The point is, the thing is, you plug it into your cable box, the Xbox One,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like the cable goes into your Xbox, And the point of it all is supposed to be like a hub that you always have on. You're doing everything through the Xbox. Now, here's why that's stupid. The thing I just said.
That means
cable, is the reason it's stupid.
TiVo. It's going to have
have Netflix, probably.
Yeah,
it's going to have your YouTube.
It's basically going to be like a Roku.
Yeah, it's going to have all the things that
so you can get your digital streaming like Hulu's,
yeah.
your Amazons, your Netflixes, your YouTubes.
That's well and good, yeah. I guess the point is they're trying to make it so you only need one unit.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Roku or whatever. Isn't it Roku? What is it?
Roku, I think.
Whatever. And the Xbox and the whatever DVD player. I don't know what they're talking about. But or like an internet computer.
Well,
like
also that's another thing. They're definitely going to Blu-ray.
Yeah, obviously. There's no question about that. But like that's the thing is trying to make it all into one combined thing. But they're giving you this Connect business. They're giving you all that stuff. I get kind of what they're going for, but they need to talk about video games. It's kind of important.
Yeah, it's always well.
Let me tell Sony how to be a successful company, though.
Okay.
I mean, let me tell Microsoft how to be a successful company.
Well, you have
I'm a
experience
genius.
in the field.
I'm a successful company right here.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you're the consumer. So if they're making all this crap, they're cramming as much of this stuff into the Xbox One as they can. And like,
okay, well, if you want me to be honest and not be in my showman self like I'm being right now,
I don't even think that's possible.
You want me to talk to you like a regular human man?
I don't think that's possible.
Here's the thing, guys. I'm not interested in those extra functionalities. Not at all. I already have a computer for that kind of stuff, and I want if I'm buying a video game console, I'm buying it to play video games on. Maybe I'm not like everyone else. Maybe somebody needs to buy all these units in one or something. I don't know. I can plug my computer into my TV. I could for years.
Well, here's my biggest question, and one that's kind of racked my mind a bit. They're making a big deal that you can get Netflix, you can get blah 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 blah. Yeah, current gen totally does all of that.
Yeah, it does do all that. I don't really. I mean, I guess they're trying to imply the functionality is more like immediate, more like right there.
I guess, but
they're really like trying to play off the video game aspect as a secondary function.
A sexual romance. A secondary function of the console as a whole. Which is wrong.
I don't think it's completely isolating a core audience and trying to gain a casual audience.
Well, no, that's why
is not only not interested in hardcore video games, they're not interested in video games at all.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Because what I feel like Microsoft is really trying to get is some of that Wii money. Because this current generation, Wii made out like some kind of money printing bandit.
Yeah, and now the hilarious news is Microsoft's press show,
yeah,
whatever it's called. It's given Nintendo more business because a lot of people were holding out, waiting what it was going to be, what the Xbox was going to be. It's now completely disassociated. What's it? Is that the word I meant?
I'm not sure what you meant.
They're now completely like
disenfranchised.
Disenfranchised. That's the word. Disenfranchised was the word. They're disenfranchised with their Xbox because now the Nintendo Wii U is a video game console that does video games.
Yeah.
There's no BS always on garbage. There's no DRMs. There's none of that crap. It's just a system. It's system for playing
used games on it.
Yeah. I don't think they mentioned anything about the used games things yet.
Yeah, but like that's pretty much like everyone.
I know, but that is a shot in the foot. You'd have to be nuts.
Well, one thing I saw was that actually they're trying to make ways that you can actually essentially trade in digital games.
Yeah, that sounds all well and good. If I had to if I'm going to choose to be in servitude, I guess I could choose that. Why don't they just keep it the way it is?
I'm just saying, man.
I'm not interested in trading in used games. Digitally doing that.
I'm just saying that is a thing that they're talking about. So it's not. They're trying to at least reach some compromise.
You're going to get shot. I'd like to get shot here, please. Thank you.
Trying to reach some compromise, regardless, guys.
No,
because the Xbox One does not have backwards compatibility at all.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard.
Luckily, I will still have an Xbox 360.
Yeah. Which is something that Wii U does. Wii U can play Wii games.
I don't know if that's always the case. I think they are phasing that out. I think earlier models do.
Possibly.
Don't quote me on that, guys.
Because that's what they did with the PS3.
So they did with the Wii also.
Yeah.
Some Wiis can't play GameCube games.
Really?
Yeah. I might actually be thinking of that instead of the Wii U.
Possibly.
It'd be stupid to not play Wii games. But anyway.
Yeah, because there got to be a lot of things.
Huge audience. Huge audience.
Yeah. So, because here's the thing. A lot of people give crap to the Wii U about that screen, the double screen.
I think people like that.
I've heard a lot of people don't. Well, I guess I hear a lot of people from like Sony, Microsoft saying they don't like it, but like it's secretly really cool.
Secretly kind of amazing.
No, because I read a lot of Penny Arcade and like not just the comic. I read some of the articles that they post. Gabe was talking about how his kids will.
His kids?
Yeah,
I thought he was a cartoon character.
Well, the guy who he is based off of. He has kid. Well, he actually does have kids in the comic too. Regardless, he's talking about how his kids can be like watching like Dora the Explorer on the TV. He can turn on his Wii U and play Black Ops 2 on the screen while they're watching it, and it doesn't interrupt like their TV watching and all. He's still playing the game. Yeah. He just puts like headphones in, and like that's real. It's so smart.
There's a thread on Reddit the other day, and I'm almost shocked it wasn't a Nintendo advertiser. There's a guy talking about how he was going on a trip, so he just brought the Wii U screen and a recharger in his car. And he just played Wii U on an effing car trip.
That's disgusting.
He could just play whatever he wanted. He had virtual console games on it, so you could play Super Metroid on a long car trip. You could play anything you wanted on it. It doesn't matter.
But I guess you need access to Wi-Fi or something.
Well, I don't know what you need. You could probably figure something out.
Yeah.
But like, I think you could probably load them on that screen.
Probably. But like if you want to play like Wii U games, you wouldn't be able to.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true. I don't know either.
I don't know how it works. It's not streaming it.
No, it's not. Well,
I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, I have no
Regardless,
idea.
it's definitely an innovative thing, and I think now that people are seeing that Xbox is not trying to innovate at all, instead it's just trying to completely do the same thing but more. Because guys, here's the other thing, and here's one of the real reasons. And it's going to be a paranoid reason. It's going to sound paranoid. Tom C's a paranoid man. That's straight
He's
up.
A paranoid android. We all know it.
We all know it. All right.
Half man, half machine.
I live my life paranoid, guys. Let me tell you a little story. I've been on a diet. I've been losing weight. I'm secretly worried that somebody is just changing the scale, and then I'm going to one day wake up and I'm going to actually still be fat. That's how paranoid I am.
That's rough.
That's how paranoid I am. Guys, the thing is...
Not sure what it has to do with the
I'm getting to it.
All right.
Whoa. You think Tom C just tells random stories? What?
Actually, I do exactly think that.
So, the thing is, guys, you probably have heard, the key is, the Kinect is required for this unit, as I said. It's also always going to be on, and it's always going to be watching you. It's going to be watching who comes in the room. It's going to be watching who's there.
The technology is supposed to be so sophisticated that it can identify you from another person.
Yes, you will be sitting there watching TV, and if somebody else walks in the room, it's going to ask, who is that?
It'll be like, hello, Tom C. Would you like to watch Big Butts 9?
Of
Booty
course.
Shakers again?
Yeah. But then if it sees someone walk in the room, it'll quick switch it out for like the learning channel.
Yeah, I like that.
Where I think Big Butts will probably still be on.
Yeah, I think
my life with the big butt.
I think that got renewed for another season. Yeah,
it's a great show. But the thing is, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in being watched by something. I know it sounds like I'm Tin Hat, Mr. Tin Man, over here.
Foil hat.
Whatever, but I don't.
No,
here's the deal: I have a webcam that's not plugged in on top of my TV. I'm worried about that. I know it's not plugged in.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's very especially because you're always connected to Xbox Live too.
Yeah,
it's always on, always connected to Xbox Live.
Dude, not just it's always on when you're watching it. It's always on when it's off. Because you're going to be walking by and you're going to say you need to commands to you can vocally
you have to be
command
like
it.
Xbox on.
So you can tell it things, so it's always on. It knows when you're around. It knows your voice. It knows you. It knows you're there. It's nobody's interested in that, and who knows what kind of stupid thing, that kind of user agreement they're going to sign that you won't read.
I would call it creeptacular.
No, and who needs that? Who really needs... Like, if it was voice activated and not taking a picture of you, or not looking at you, what would be the problem with that? Everyone would be into that. I don't need my hand to tell things what I want to look at.
No, I'm very...
What's the deal?
I'm very happy that Sony, at least from what I've seen, seems to be moving away from motion sensor stuff.
Dude, the big thing Sony can still be made fun of for is a share button, which is still stupid. What an idiot.
Wait, what?
Sony PS4... What is it, PS4?
Yeah.
PS4 controller has a share button. It's like super lame. Like, I'm going to be sitting there like, oh crap, I got to share this on Facebook right now. That's outrageous.
Yeah, but that's at least...
But that's not me being watched by computer overlords, guys.
That's very true.
That's literally, like, once again, Tin Hat, Microsoft could just sell information about you because they know who you are. They can see you. They can tailor ads specifically
They can
for
watch.
what
Yeah, they watch.
they know exactly what you're doing.
It's not anything that Facebook isn't doing now already.
Not just what you're playing, guys. It can monitor everything
What you're
doing. It can monitor your cable programs.
Yeah.
It can monitor everything you're doing. I assume it also acts kind of like a DVR, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You could probably hook your TiVo up through that.
Yeah, probably. But it knows all this stuff, and it almost definitely are going to ask you to sign an agreement to give that information away and to sell it. They're going to be mining information there, and they're just going to be making money off of that.
No, it's kind of disgusting.
Like it's not science fiction. It's completely what will happen. It's what they're saying is going to happen because it's another thing
because they're advertising it as features as opposed to
it's another thing that's
a really weird thing that I don't think people should be comfortable with.
No, it's
100%.
another thing that people that for some reason the company wants to be like,
wake
check
up,
it
masses.
They want to be like, hey, you want this, right? And people go, I never knew I wanted that. It's because they didn't ever want it because it's stupid.
I'll tell you what I do want on PS4 that I secretly like a lot. This feature, they have some kind of like dual processor thing,
right?
That's always searching for system updates and game patches and stuff,
right?
So you never have to like sit through a loading screen of like, all right, I just got this new game, put it in. It's like, all right, you have to wait for this new patch for version 1.01. You're like, fudge.
Yeah.
But no, it's like always updating. We got this stuff going on.
See, that's kind of interesting.
It's neat. I like the
idea.
idea.
It's not something I really care about because I've never been that inconvenienced by it. But I don't know. I'm fine with manually doing something. I
like the idea.
My rule about computers is and that kind of stuff is always don't do anything without asking me. Always ask. It's like, do you want a Java update? I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, ask me. But answer for me if you want to. The answer is no. Never just like, yo, dude, you want this McAfee?
By the way, I updated your... Nope,
that's not something we're doing.
That's not what we said.
Hey, you want to check for some Windows updates? No, I don't want to check for that.
Well, there are a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah, I just don't want anything to check without... If I have a problem, I'll look for it. I can do that with a patch too.
Yeah. Well, again, I think obviously the Xbox One, it's marketed for the same people that Xbox 360 was marketed for, which is...
No, it's not. I don't feel like the Xbox 360 is being... The Xbox One is being marketed the same people the 360 was marketed at.
I think it is in a lot of
360 was marketed towards gamers.
No, I think it was mostly marketed to more casual gamers.
Not at first.
No, because they were
360 was marketed towards casual gamers. What are you talking about?
Dude, 360 was always going after that college crowd who didn't really take the game seriously, who were just mostly into like FPS and sports games and stuff. That was always their market.
I think that's inaccurate.
I think it's more accurate than you'd like to admit.
They all had the same games. It was never marketed towards anyone.
Well, they had different games.
Saying casual and college are the same audience isn't really accurate either.
No, I'll give you that. That's not 100% accurate. But that was their market. I feel like that's who they're still trying to go after.
I feel like that's not really the case because I feel like they're clearly trying to go for a more family aspect, trying to get everyone in on using the Xbox when that's not really the audience. The short version, which I'm saying again, guys, is that it's clear to all people who are video game players that they want a console for video games.
Yeah.
And there's no one, I'm generalizing obviously, who if they wanted some kind of dumb hub thing that has a bunch of features, probably couldn't go out and get something cheaper
there are a million of
that
those.
does the features
there
that they
already
already want.
Of those out
or
there.
they probably already have it. Because
they're in no short supply.
Like, yeah, first of all, I don't need another machine that can run YouTube. The Xbox can do it already, the 360.
No, that's what I was saying. Like,
I don't want it
like,
to.
a lot of the features that they're advertising now are things that current gen systems can do now already.
Not even systems. My phone can do all of it.
Yeah,
I don't need
true.
any more access to YouTube or Hulu. I don't know who cares about Hulu or Netflix. I have it on my phone. I have it on my computer. I have it everywhere I look.
You can't escape it.
I don't know who is it for somebody who hasn't learned that computers can output to HDMI yet and then go on your TV. Who are these people? Guys, if you have an HDMI out on your computer, you can put them on your TV. All laptops have it now. All of them. There's no laptop that comes out that doesn't have this feature.
I do it rather frequently, actually.
It's insanity. Who is this marketed for? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's marketed for moms? What?
Moms buying it for their families?
I don't know. Is it for like dads who are? No, I don't get it. Because the people who bought Xbox are primarily not family guys. They're probably like you said, a college kid. I don't get it.
I don't get
What's
it
the
either.
point here? How are these commercials going to go where they're like, "Mom, you want to surprise the kids? You buy the Xbox One.
You buy the Xbox One.
Ooh, they're going to be thrilled. Now you can watch your movies too." What? Who doesn't own a DVD player?
No, it doesn't bring anything new to the table. Like at all.
No, it's like it took the failing ideas of this gen that they're putting on us, the Kinect and all this terrible Xbox Live crap, which nobody likes, and they're advancing it to a degree where it is even more intrusive and unlikable. Because, pro tip, guys, Xbox Live certainly isn't going to be free next gen. It'll probably be more expensive. Even though PlayStation Network has been free the entirety of its existence.
I'm not sure if they're going to keep that, though. I think that might be turning into a pay service.
Well, okay, that's not a good point in my favor.
No, but I'm just saying.
But the thing is, Xbox Live will love to get more expensive. Because right now, guys, you have to pay to be on Xbox Live Gold in order to access YouTube on your Xbox.
Or Netflix, I think, right?
Yeah, so you have to use their pay service to use a pay service. And I'm confident they're going to do that again for this, because why wouldn't they?
Which is horse hockey.
Yeah, even if PlayStation Network did charge, there's no way they would do it as ridiculous as Xbox did. I think they're really going to lose a lot of people. I know I'm saying that now, and then E3 they're going to have some crazy thing. You know, and that's going to be like, oh, wait, no, I love Xbox now.
Well, we'll have to, that's coming up soon.
Also, short version, guys. Sorry, not short version. In other news, totally a trailer for the next Guilty Gear games, and I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a PS3 specifically to play that game if it comes out for this generation, which I think it will.
Yeah, because it doesn't need to come out for next gen.
Because I hate to say it, guys, you're not allowed to play 2D fighting games on the 360. I've done it. It's not allowed anymore.
It's harsh but fair.
Because you play it and you're like, this sucks. This D-pad makes me want to kill myself. And you're not wrong. You're right. You should probably kill yourself.
It's time to kill yourself.
Just like I can't do it anymore, guys. I'm not going to play another fighting game on the 360 ever.
Guys, you know what you should do again ever is send us emails or junk.
We love them. We just love them.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. Every time we get an email, we're like, that guy was witty and insightful.
You think we don't talk about you and how much we like you?
Every time.
Every single time.
It doesn't matter how witty or insightful you are. We're like, that guy was witty or insightful.
Or
insightful.
Not and. Some people get the and. You should strive to be the ands, guys.
Strive to be the end.
That's something we would like.
That's a t-shirt. Strive to be the end.
You want to tell us a joke? You can be the funny guy, too. Well, I guess you'd be witty.
Witty, yeah, witty.
All right, I guess you really combined it all there.
There you go.
What if you were informative?
That's insightful, I feel.
Man, you got them all right there.
Nailed it.
Nicely
Also,
done.
guys, if you want to be really witty and insightful, you'll write us a review on iTunes.
Wow, I never even thought of that, but now that you told me, I'll do it right away.
That's what witty and insightful people do.
I love the idea, and I'll do it every day of my life.
Also, they comment on the YouTube channel. Tell their friends to subscribe.
That's higher level stuff for true fans.
The ultimate fans.
Wow. But you know what? Let's reward these fans right now with some speed reviews.
Tom, this is top 10 games in some capacity.
Best 360 games.
Best 360
As
games.
voted by somebody.
As voted by somebody. Number 10, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed is a game where you learn all about the creeds of the assassins. I guess. 10 out of 10. Bioshock.
I was so bio-shocked that I bought this game. It's 10 out of 10. Number 8, Halo Reach.
Halo Reach is a game that's slightly in your reach before you play it. 10 out of 10.
I was going to say it's out of Halo's reach.
Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion.
Elder Scrolls 4, the scrolls are still really old, and they're about to be into Oblivion because they're so old. They're dust in the wind. It's a great Kansas song. It's a sports no name out of 10. Although that was America. Number 5, Gears of War.
Gears of War is all about...
Number 6, Gears of War.
Sorry, Gears of War is all about all the gear people take into war. Like water bottles, you have revolvers, revolver ammo, extra guns and stuff. It's great. Terrific game, 10 out of 10. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
Really? 2? More than 1? I'd probably say 1 on this
Modern
list.
Warfare 2 is a pretty solid game.
Yeah, but I'm talking story mode. Story mode 1 is pretty much better.
All right.
Like I said, 1 out of 10. Number 4, Black Ops.
I wouldn't put Black Ops above Modern Warfare 2, although it's a pretty good game. So maybe 6 out of 10. That's 7 out of 10. Grand Theft Auto 4.
Grand Theft Auto, you're talking all about, you got your Grand Thefts IVs. You get your Nico Bellic put directly in your bloodstream. It keeps you alive. Gets a 3 out of 10. Number 2, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Oh, look at that.
Hey, so it's that game in a place that you said it should be. And it is. So
I didn't think they'd put more than one on the list.
10 out of 10. Halo 3.
And that's it, guys. We'll see you next week.
We did it.
Catch you later.